Shalom. Welcome back to another video. As always, before I get started, I would like to give all the praise, honor, and glory to the beloved Heavenly Father in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Ruchakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. Peace, love, and salutation to you, Akim, pushing this word and believing this word, as well as you few sincere Akwath that are believing this word. To you all, they say Shalom, and may the blessing of election be upon your houses. It's your fellow servant, Malachi, from the GMS Orlando camp, back with another lesson. And as always, I pray be edifying to the hopeful elect. All right, it's going to be real quick, straight to the point. I got a few videos, a couple points, a couple precepts. All right, and Lord willing, it be edifying to the hopeful elect. All right, but as we know, tension between Iran and the U.S. and Israel have skyrocketed, okay, to the point of where missiles and drones are being sent back and forth, okay? And don't be fooled by the media. They're not reporting everything that's happening. They're not reporting all the damage that Iran is doing, okay? It's just been reported that I believe it's over 200 soldiers have been captured by Iran, okay? And, when you get into it and, look at the terrain over there in Iran, all right, it's not easy to take over, by sending troops on the ground, man. Okay, I got a video that I'm gonna post, Lord willing, I get to it after this one. All right, it's a guy breaking it down. He's going into all the advantages that Iran have over the U.S. Okay, from the looks of it, it's not looking pretty. All right, but here we have a couple videos going into some of these soldiers, some of these troops, basically regretting, signing up for the service because, they're seeing that it's a possibility that they might not make it back home. Right, they're witnessing missiles being shot, missiles landing not too far from where they're being stationed at. Okay, death could be at any moment, basically. Okay, and you should have known better to sign up for the service in the first place, especially you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, you have no place in this fight. All right, you're going to war and you're fighting for a cause that doesn't benefit you. Neither does it benefit your people, man. Okay, signing up for the so-called white man's army is the last thing that any so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American should do. All right, being that your interest at heart is nowhere near their minds, man. Okay, they don't give a damn about you, Jakes. And we're also hearing that there could be a draft here very soon to where they're going to draft young men, young women from the ages of 18 to 26. Okay, so this is the spirit that a lot of these people are getting ready to be in, man. Regretting signing up. Because we know, especially when it comes to Jake, they sign up for benefits. They want the military to pay for their schooling. They want the military to, basically do for them what they couldn't do on their own. They want the military to set them up in life. They go there, get a good check, get a Hellcat, get a nice home, and get benefits. But I tell you, nay, okay, the so-called white man isn't gonna give you all of these. He's not gonna give you all of these benefits, okay? And when he needs you for something, you don't have to do it. No, it don't work like that, man. He gave you these benefits, so when he calls for you and he needs you, hey, you better be there, okay? So let's get to these couple of videos. I'm gonna grab a couple precepts, like I said, and Lord willing, it be edifying. Here we go.
I ain't never been hit this many fucking times in my career. I gotta get the fuck out of here before I lose my fucking life. I ain't never been hit this many fucking times in my career. I gotta get the fuck out of here before I lose my fucking life.
All right, and yeah, you better get out the military, man, because you're gonna lose your life, right? These devils are gonna put all of these soldiers on the front lines, right, as sacrifices, right? Let's go to the next video.
Now she's crying and wants to quit. She signed an 8-year contract and agreed to possible overseas assignments and deployment to dangerous areas. At the time,
Now that's bogus, man. You know, that's nonsense. Why would you sign an 8-year contract, all right, to where it's possible that you can be shipped off overseas? You could be shipped off at any time just for some damn benefits, man, because you want to live in pleasure. That's all that is. All right, like I said, when Jake go to the military, it's usually the last option. You know, they done ran out the options. They didn't want to go to college. They didn't want to do this. They didn't want to do that. So the only thing left is the military. A lot of parents force their children to go to the service, man. I bet they regret it now, because some of these people that have been shipped off, they're not going to come back. Let's continue on. 8 years, 8-year damn contract. She sold her damn soul to the devil, man.
she was excited because she received a signing bonus and believed military life.
You see that? And that's another thing. That's another reason why the U.S., you know, these different troops and these different National Guards, they're not ready for war, man. Especially with the Iranians, man. Those Iranians over there, they believe in martyrdom, man. Them niggas over there, they will die for the cause. Especially since their leader just got assassinated. Them niggas believe in sacrificing themselves for the greater good, for their people, man. And then on the other hand, over here in Babylon the Great, you got these weak ass soldiers, all right, hip shakers and TikTok makers. Okay, all they want to do is put on a damn fatigue uniform and dance and make TikToks, man. That's why a lot of these men and women in the military, they're going to want to fall out. They're going to want to drop out because they're weak. They don't have heart like these other nations. The Russians, all right? The damn Iranians. These people over here are weak. No morals, no type of spiritual strength, nothing. Mental fortitude, spiritual fortitude, they don't have it. Because social media has ruined their lives, ruined their way of thinking, ruined their morality. Okay? Those other people over there in those other nations, they have shit to fight for, man. They're fighting for survival. Okay? The will to fight is much more stronger when you're fighting for survival rather than fighting just to, you know, take over somebody's shit, which is what the tiny tops are doing right now. Babylon the Great, they're just bullies, man. Okay? Let's continue on.
Would mostly be safe. But things changed quickly. After tensions and conflict between the United States and Iran recently escalated, she was reportedly told she could be sent to serve in the region. That is when the reality of the situation hit her. She said she suddenly realized.
Right, so all that being cute shit, all that putting on fatigues and you know, jumping on Instagram and TikTok, that shit is over. All right? You signed up for it. Hey, guess what? You got to go through it. You get on that horse, you got to ride it. All right?
She might face real danger and possibly risk her life. Now she says she regrets the decision and wishes she could leave the military.
All right, so it ain't a flex. It ain't a flex to be in the military no more. All right? And check this one out.
No one wants to fight for Israel!
His hand! Oh! His hand!
Sir. Let go of your hand. Let go of the door. Let go of the door. The senator broke his hand. A sitting U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine. Sir. Okay. Control your Senate. We're stuck in the door. Okay, sir. A U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine.
All right. So this guy is a Marine. And you heard what he said, right? He said nobody wants to fight for the small hats, the tiny tops. Okay, and that's a beautiful thing because, as it says in the scriptures, deceit shall be quenched. Okay, the true reason, why these devils are going to war has been exposed, man, and who's at the forefront of these wars. Okay, it's no longer a secret. It can no longer be hidden. Everybody knows that the small hats run the show. As it says in Jeremiah 49:20, the least of the flock is going to draw them out, and the least of the flock is the Amalekites, the tiny tops, the small hats, the ones over there, and the land claiming to be the people. They're at the forefront of this whole thing. All right, whatever kind of blackmail they got on Trump, it must be heavy, right? Because he's dancing to their music, even against his own will. He know he doesn't want to go through with this Iranian conflict. They got soldiers that don't got captured. Iran got different strategies that the U.S. wasn't ready for. Niggas over there getting ambushed, all kind of shit, man. All right, but the small hats is going to continue to go through with it, and that's the biblical prophecy being fulfilled. That's the beautiful thing about this whole thing, man, is that we're ahead of the curve. Because Yahweh Shai Shai, he gave these secrets to us, man. That's why it's important to go into prophecy, so that you can remain watchful, and not only that, you can understand what you're seeing. All right, what we're seeing is the downfall of this kingdom. Okay, so these people aren't just regretting going to the service because their life is in danger, but as you heard the Navy Marine right here say, that they don't want to fight for the small hats, man. There's no honor in fighting for those devils, because all they're doing is moving in greed, wanting to take over lands, wanting to take over resources. There's no actual justice behind the reason that they're fighting. So by you joining the service and partaking in this war, okay, you're basically, what do they call it? Guilty by association. So we're seeing the prophecies unfold, man. The scriptures are the living waters, literally, man. The only book that can withstand the test of time. Things we're seeing that were written thousands of years ago, we're seeing it here in these last days. Okay? This is Luke 21:25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations. And we're seeing the distress of nations, man. All right? With perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts filling them for fear, and for looking after those which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Okay? Hey, the nations are perplexed. Right? Watching the main stage, there's a lot going on. And, when you look at the actions of Babylon the Great, they're very unpredictable right now. Okay? They're all over the place, threatening to take over this land next, that land next. They're puffing themselves up at their enemies. And not only that, they're speaking proud things against their own allies. So either, like I said, the other nations are basically paying attention, to see what's going to happen next. And you have men's hearts who are beginning to fail them. All right? Ultimately, that's going into, in those times where things are going to be so devastating, all right? Just the sight of things are going to make people fall out, all right? Have a heart attack. Okay? But right now, we're seeing that regret. They're terrified, man. And they haven't even seen shit yet. These different troops are regretting signing up for the service. Their asses don't got shipped off into, war, man. So, like I said, this is all playing out the way that it's supposed to, the way that it was written in the scriptures. All right? So we got to trust in Yahweh Shai, and everything else is going to continue to move accordingly, man. We know this. Shit, this is our confidence, man. Hey, ain't nothing in the scriptures failed yet. As it says in, 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. No one of these shall fail. All right? Let's go to Jeremiah 51. Let's drop down to verse 30. It says, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. All right, they regretted it. So they're gonna back out, man. Like I said, a lot of these people, they're not ready to die, man. They're not ready to put their lives on the line for America, Babylon the Great. Shit, look how America does the vets that go and fight. You know, some of them end up getting injured. And then what happens? You see a lot of them come back and they on the side of the damn road panhandling, man. You know, so America will put you on the front lines and, you know, you will fight. You'll give your life for this country. And then they turn around and don't do shit for you, man. How much more you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? Okay? If you will see a so-called white man that's a veteran who went to war for this place, and you see him on the side of the fucking road asking for change, what makes you think that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are better than that? Or they'll treat you better than that? You gotta wake up, man. This is not your fight, Jake. All right? Because ultimately these devils are gonna turn around and they're gonna fight the Lord. And that's prophesied, and we'll grab that next. It says, verse 30 from the top, Jeremiah 51 and 30, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight because they fucking weak, man. Okay? Like it says in Zephaniah 1 and 14, the mighty man is going to cry bitterly because of all the perilous things that are going to come. You can imagine the worst things, and what's going to happen here at Babylon the Great is 10 times worse than anything that you can imagine, man. Let's continue on. It says, they have remained in their holes. Their might have failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. All right, so these people, these Babylonians, they really don't have no heart, man. All right, but those Iranians, they're going to die for the fucking cause. And that's the difference between them being ready to go to war in the U.S. All right? And ultimately, like I said, you know, you're guilty by association if you're in that military, man. Because a lot of these people don't even know it yet, but they're going to end up fighting against the Lord, man. This is Revelation 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven. And this ain't talking about no damn Satan and his angels, you know, his homeboys. He gathered up a whole gang in heaven and they were thumping. No, man. This is talking about, you know, the fighter jets that the so-called white man is going to use to go against the Lord and his army. All right? The Lord and the chariots. Verse 7, there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. And that dragon goes into the beast, man. That Roman Empire. And we're currently in the revision period of that Roman Empire. The revised Roman Empire. All right? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. It says, and the dragon fought his angels. And like it says in Daniel 12, that time is like a time, that time is a time like no other. So bad to the point that Michael is going to have to stand up. All right. Verse 8, it says, and prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven. All right. So this is how the so-called white man is going to be taken out of power ultimately. Okay. The other nations are going to put themselves in array against Babylon the Great and shoot missiles over here. And the Lord is going to be sent back to finish this place off. All right. And then you will have the kingdom of righteousness, man, being ushered in. And this kingdom of wickedness is going to be rooted out forever. All right. So, like I said, man, we're seeing biblical prophecy, you know, unfold at you know, an alarming rate. And it's a beautiful thing, man. Call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai for the times that we in. All right. You Akim and you Akwaf, continue to watch, continue to pray, man. Now more than ever. You know, continue to be circumspect. Because they could have, and I believe they do, they have thousands of sleeper cells here that are ready to rise up and, you know, commit these terror attacks. All right, these terror attacks, man. I'm going to just say it. Okay? These devils are running out of time and they know it. So, hey, Operation Warp Speed. All right, but that's all I got for this lesson. See you, Akim, and you Akwa, for the next one, Lord willing. Shalom, Wa, Abba, Babal.